Thank you very much. My question is to the Premier. In the last year, Ontario lost over 74,000 businesses. That's tens of thousands of families who lost their livelihoods. That's thousands of main streets that have lost their hearts. This government promised support that never came. Many businesses are still ineligible for support, while others, like Davenport business owner Brandon Selly, has been waiting for 34 days for his grant. Speaker, on the eve of another shutdown, 1 in 6 businesses are considering closing their doors for good. If this government isn't going to actually step up with the supports that businesses and workers need, this third shutdown will close thousands of businesses forever in the province of Ontario. Premier, how can you stand by while businesses close? At the very least, will you expand the eligibility criteria for the small business grant so that they have a fighting chance to get through this third wave?
To respond, the Minister of Finance and President of the Treasury Board.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you to the member opposite for the question. Mr. Speaker, the last week I tabled the budget 2021 was protecting everyone's health and protecting jobs in our economy in this province. Within that, I announced that we would double the amount that small business, over 100,000 businesses, that's 100,000 businesses who've successfully applied. But we also continued that by expanding eligibility to the tourism, to the hospitality, to the accommodation type sectors who have been hardest hit in this province, to the tune of another $100 million new grant program plus a $100 million recovery program for the tourism sector. And the business education property tax is in place, the electricity supports are in place, and the property tax supports. So, Mr. Speaker, this government is protecting the small business of Ontario and will continue to do that.
The supplementary question.
Mr. Speaker, in that same budget, you left out thousands of businesses. You did not change the criteria so that they can apply for the small business grant. You doubled down on a flawed plan for small businesses. This government seems to be going out of their way to make life harder for business owners across the province. Restaurant owners just shelled out thousands of dollars frantically getting organized to open their patios this week. Salons, gyms, personal care businesses were staffing up, buying new safety equipment and booking appointments. But today, once again, they're left scrambling to shut things back down again. And the only answer from this government when it comes to support, other than a broken grant program that most businesses don't qualify for, is that they're out of luck. They're on their own. Speaker, again, to the Premier, what does he have to say to the thousands of business owners who won't get a cent of support from this government during this shutdown? How do you expect them to survive? It's a very simple question.
Minister of Finance.
Well, Mr. Speaker, thank you again to the member opposite for that question. Of course, I wouldn't want to be the member opposite telling all the restaurants in this great province who are benefiting from the Small Business Grant Program. I wouldn't want to tell all the hairdressers and barbers and all the personal service shops that have benefited from the Small Business Program. Mr. Speaker, over 100,000 businesses have successfully applied, and we've expanded it. I'll say that again. We've expanded the program so that tourists, travel agents, accommodation, small parks, camps can benefit because they've been hardest hit. They've been able to operate, but they haven't been locked down, but they have no revenue. So, Mr. Speaker, we are helping those in need. We'll continue to help those in need. You know why? Because small businesses are the economic engine of this province. And, Mr. Speaker, beyond that, the small businesses of this province are often the identity of our community. And that's why this government, this Premier, this government will continue to stand up for small businesses right across the province.